Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. Kind of. Kinda, sorta. This is gonna be kind of a strange episode of Kingdoms, because we are in the latest snapshot, 18W43B. This is the first snapshot for 1.14, and because it's the first snapshot, it is not very stable. And I am not comfortable loading the actual Kingdoms world up in this snapshot because odds are it's probably going to break some stuff and it could potentially ruin the world. So we are in a backup of the Kingdoms world today. And auto jump is on. Please, Mojang, just make that off by default. Allow it to be turned on, but don't. Anyway. So yeah, we're in a backup of the Kingdoms world today, and we're going to basically just kind of play around in the snapshot a bit and sort of explore the new stuff, because there's a ton of new stuff, and some of it is, like, really cool. But at the same time, as I said, I'm really not comfortable, like, loading the actual Kingdoms world up in this snapshot and letting it break everything. So yeah, that's the plan. I am going to still run the Kingdoms texture pack because you can't have Kingdoms without the Kingdoms texture pack. They're meant for each other. They go together. You must have one. Although I will say I am probably going to have to update the Kingdoms texture pack. Although I don't think I'm going to do it right away, because if you didn't see the video yesterday, I did a review of all the new textures that came with this snapshot. And I don't like the vast majority of them. Most of them are pretty bad, if I'm being honest. So I'm not going to update it right away. I'm going to hope that there's some other changes that come fairly quickly, and we'll go from there. But anyway, we're here in our storage room in Regnu. And there's just, as I said, there's tons and tons of stuff here. Ooh, I have no books. Leather. Give me 3 pieces of those. We shall make ourselves 3 pieces of paper. Grab 1 squid ink and 1 feather. And then let's go ahead and make ourselves a book and quill, because this is a change. A fairly minor change in the grand scheme of things, but one of the ones that I'm actually incredibly excited about. And here's why. I do a comment of the day every day. So say someone leaves me a comment and says, "Hi, Wells, you are the bestest YouTuber of all time ever, and also I hate your videos. Sincerely, Bobby." But then I realize, actually, they didn't say I hate your videos. They meant to say I love your videos. Rather than deleting all this stuff, I can now just come here and just fix it. It's amazing. It seems like such a tiny thing, but it's actually super, super good. Also, this is kind of a cool thing. I was just sort of playing around with some stuff. There's actually blue dye now. It used to be that you'd take lapis. I wonder if it still works. I wonder if I take, like, some wool here, and we try to dye that. Or did I change this recipe so it's now like that? Yeah, okay, so that seems to still work. Although I think that's actually a data pack recipe. That's probably a bad example. Let's maybe use some glass, because that's not a recipe that I've changed. Okay, so you can no longer dye glass like that. It looks like you have to turn it into blue dye first, and then that will give you your new recipes. So that's good to know. And I think it does the same thing with squid ink as well. Yeah, the squid ink gives you black dye now. Does bone meal give you white dye? It does. Okay, so all the different types of dye, it looks like, that are not actual dye, like insert name of color space dye, now actually give you a color. Presumably that means that there's going to be new ways to get some of these, which I think is good. You know what? It's a backup of the world. Let's go ahead and pop into creative mode for a couple things so we can play around and just see, because I know there's a bunch of new types of flowers here. I'm assuming that the Lily of the Valley, the Cornflower, and the Wither Rose give you those colors. Yeah, Lily of the Valley gives you white, Cornflower gives you blue, and Wither Rose gives you black. That's fantastic. I love it. Very cool. Okay, going on with that, there is now a new thing in the game called a Loom. Yeah, it's called a Loom. Let's pop back into, or actually I can just do it right here. Does it show me how to make? No, it doesn't show me how to make the Loom. That might not actually have a recipe yet, but let's go ahead and grab the Loom and plop that down. And then let's pop back into survival. So this is a new item that is essentially used for messing with banners, which I think is really cool. Let's just grab that and grab this, make ourselves one banner. There we go. So you throw your banner in here. Oh, it looks like if you do that, it eats your banner and doesn't spit it back out. Oh, rude. See? Snapshots. That's okay, though. Let's just go like so. Grab another stick, and then let's grab some dye. And maybe... do I have any vines lying around? I probably do right here. There we go. I know those are a thing that can be dyed. So let's just go like that. We toss that in here along with the dye. Oh, and it actually seems to give you access to all the different things. But not vine. What did vines used to be? I think vines used to be this one. So what if I grab... do I have a notch apple? I do not. What else would I... What would be like one of the rare items? An oxeye daisy? Is that a... is that one that's in here? Yeah, an oxeye daisy. Okay, let's see if we can see if this works the way that I think it does. That's poppies. Right here, oxeye daisy. So if we go to our loom, we toss that in, we toss that in, and we toss this in. No? I would assume it would go here. Tell you what, let's just take this and say, I want that. Okay. So I wonder what this bottom slot is used for. And the other thing is, I mean, since it's a snapshot video, like, some of this stuff might just not be working the way that it's intended. But still, this seems like a really cool idea, especially if it doesn't actually use this thing. Like, if you could basically have, like, a notch apple in there or whatever, and it wouldn't actually use it. Looks like axe is the item of choice for picking this thing up. Also, I gotta say, this totally looks like some cupboards, doesn't it? Like, if you took, like a trapdoor and put that on top as like a little counter, right? Get a couple of these. It totally looks like cupboards to me. And actually, this side kind of looks like a little, like an oven or something. I could see that being used for some things. That's pretty cool. I'll just toss this stuff in here, because again, it's a backup world, so I won't have any of this stuff at the end of this video anyway. That's pretty nifty. We also have Pandas, Pillagers, Suspicious Stew, it says. And I believe Suspicious Stew is a bowl. I think it's a mushroom, or maybe it's 2 mushrooms. Let's try one of each mushroom. And then a flower, I believe. I think that's what it was. I don't remember for sure, but we'll see. Yeah, look at that, Suspicious Stew. And apparently, this thing gives you a different effect depending on the flower that you use, which is pretty cool. And the effects range from like regeneration to, there's just all the effects. There's basically one for every effect. And it's pretty cool. That's going to be really interesting in like UHCs and stuff like that. The fact that there's now a way that's relatively easy to get regeneration without actually going into the nether. That could have some ramifications that I'm pretty excited about. I like that a lot. Also, leaves apparently now have the chance to occasionally drop sticks. Oh, also, this stutter that we're getting every like 3 seconds, yeah, that's the game. That's just the snapshot. Like, that's not something wrong with the video. That's literally what it's like in the game, in this snapshot. Yet another reason I'm not updating to this permanently, because it's pretty bad from a performance. Oh, by the way, signs are now white text. That's an interesting choice. I don't know why you would go white for all the different types of signs. There are now signs for every wood, which is pretty cool. I'm very happy about that. And tons of new slabs and stairs and stuff as well. Tons and tons of new slabs and stairs. I'm like super excited about this. In fact, we're even gonna go back into creative mode and just see. There should be, I think they're all down here at the bottom. We've now got like granite stairs. That's amazing, isn't it? Or like diorite stairs? I mean, like we used, well, we didn't really use it here, but some of these areas, like this would be incredible. Take some polished, take some of this polished granite stairs, right? And just kind of, oh yeah, we want to work a little bit of variation into the side bits here. We can do that now. That's not something we could do before because those blocks did not exist. And on top of that, we now also have access to cobblestone, or not cobblestone, to stone stairs and stone slabs. Custom terrain. Scar, my buddy Good Times with Scar, this must be like his dream come true. He's probably like I don't even know. He's probably so excited for this. Just the fact that he now has stone slabs and stairs for all of his terraforming. Man, I mean, he's got to be in heaven. Like, just the things that you can do with this alone. I mean, you want to like add a little bit of detail to some of these caves and stuff. Just mix in a little bit of the new stone slabs and stairs. It's amazing. This is so good. I can already tell this is gonna be, once some of the kinks get kind of worked out a little bit, I think this is gonna be possibly my favorite Minecraft update. And that's kind of saying something considering we're just coming off of the update Aquatic, which was an incredible update. So I am very much in favor of this. Just look at the detail you can make with just this alone. Just the fact that we now have stone slabs and stairs. When it comes to terraforming, you can do so much with this. And any other area, man, that stutter though. That stutter is so bad. Any other area where this would come into play, like that's still really gonna be good. And on top of that, we now have some other things too. Like this pathway has used mossy cobble a little bit, and then looks like andesite we used a bit too. And how about we just mix in some andesite slabs and stairs? Well, that's a thing now. We can do that. And maybe we mix in a little mossy, like right there. You know? Sure, these now come in variants as well. This is not something we could have done before. And it's going to open up so many building options for us. Oh man, the possibilities. Because before, when you did a path like this, if you needed slabs, like, you basically had 3 options for stone-ish slabs. You had cobblestone, you had smooth stone, which was this, and then you had stone brick, and that was it. And now there are slabs for all of the different stones, granite, diorite, and andesite, and regardless of how bad diorite and granite might look in the default textures, I've got a texture pack that makes them light or dark stones, so they will get used very heavily. And I mean, this is huge. This is a game changer. Like, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, the possibilities here are so endless, you know? Oh, let's just mix in a little bit of diorite slabs into this bridge where the bridge itself is only 1 slab thick. That's not something we could have done before. That's the reason this whole thing is made out of smooth stone slabs. We can just kind of do a little of this stuff. Add some texture variation. Make this look good. Man, I'm so excited for this. And here, you know, this pathway, every single couple of one was, you had to do the smooth stone slabs because it was all we had for slabs. Not anymore. Nope. Now we got options, baby. I am loving this. Look at all these, look at all the new stuff. Man. Brick. Smooth sandstone is now a thing, even though the texture's kind of garbage on it. I mean, in the texture pack, it doesn't look so bad, but in the default, it looks pretty terrible. They made it like pinkish, kind of a strange choice, but whatever. Anyway, they did add bamboo, which is a new thing. And it grows, as far as I can tell, it grows on all the various types of dirt, like dirt, grass, the podzol, etc. And it also grows on sand, I believe. And it grows up to a certain height. I think it's... I have the changelog here right in front of me. Max height is between 12 and 16 blocks. And I imagine it functions like sugarcane, where if you break this one, yeah, those will all fall down. So, should be pretty easy to make an automatic bamboo farm. One thing that's definitely different, though, from sugarcane is that you can't walk through it. Like, you can sneak through this a little bit here, but you can't get through these two. These two are too close together, these ones aren't. So that's gonna be kind of interesting, I think. But it should be pretty easy to make a farm for this. I'm guessing you just kind of place them down and call it good. Is where it places? Yeah, it's based on the block, it looks like. And the changelog said they added bamboo blocks. But when I look in the creative menu, there are no bamboo blocks in here. And there's no way to craft them either, as far as I can tell. I should have a crafting bench in this house, I believe. Yeah, right here. As far as I can tell, like, that's not a crafting thing. That's not a crafting thing. So as far as I can tell, there are not actually bamboo blocks in the game, despite what the changelog says, but there is bamboo. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. That's pretty fantastic. And that's going to be used for making scaffolding, which is not in the game yet. They haven't added that in a snapshot yet, but that'll be used for building. That's going to be great as a builder. The fact that I'll be able to scaffold up and then basically just break like one block at the bottom and all the scaffolding will come down at once. Oh, it's going to make building tall structures like this cathedral so much easier than it was before. But it said leaves now have a chance to drop sticks. Let's see if we can make that happen. Let's pop into survival real quick. And if I just start to use a fortune one just to see if it makes any difference. If we start breaking leaves, we've gotten 2 saplings. Oh, there's a stick. And it dropped 2 sticks. Okay. I don't know what the application for that would be. I mean, sticks do count as fuel, so I suppose you could make like world's worst automatic fuel farm or something. I don't know. Maybe that's an option. But that's a thing. Dead bushes cannot be used as... I wonder if that's a typo and it's supposed to be can now be used as furnace fuel. Because I didn't think dead bushes could be used as furnace fuel before. Let's see. Let's try this out. If we grab ourselves a furnace, and we grab ourselves some dead bushes, and then let's just grab ourselves some iron ore, I guess. Yeah, that is it's a typo in the changelog. The changelog says dead bushes cannot be used as furnace fuel, but I think it's supposed to be can now be used as furnace fuel. So that's pretty cool. Looks like it takes 3 dead bushes per item. Yeah, 3 dead bushes to smelt a single item. It's not a great return rate, but it's something, I guess. Still, it's something. I'm just gonna get rid of all this stuff to get it out of my inventory. Get gone. There we go. What else is new? I mean, there's the crossbow. This is a thing. Does it work with arrows or does it work with bolts? I think it works with arrows. Maybe? Let's go game mode survival. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it definitely fires arrows. And how accurate is it? Okay. Okay, so it fires a little low. Let's try and hit that top leaf. And it takes a little while to draw as well. Yeah, it definitely seems to fire a little bit lower than it should. But then this thing has some enchantments as well. So let's just see what the enchantments look like. We grab ourselves an anvil. And we go... let's see. Those would probably be in combat down here. Probably the last... No? It's my... Uh-oh. There might not be... Would they be the very last enchanted books? Mending, piercing. Ah, yeah, here we go. So we got piercing 4. Quick charge. And what was the other one? Enchanted multi-shot. Here we go. And apparently 2 of them can't be piercing, and multi-shot cannot be combined. So we're gonna need another crossbow. And then let's just go quick charge and grab another one of those. Okay, so quick charge, piercing, quick charge, multi-shot. There we go. So now, much faster, and that's piercing. And what piercing does is it will shoot through like multiple mobs at once, which is pretty nifty. Let's see, maybe we can murderize some sheep here. Oh yeah, look at that. I hit both. That's fantastic. So then I wonder, do they accept bow enchants? Like if I grab an anvil and we throw that down, and then I grab like a power 5 book. Oh, I should probably be in survival though. Game mode survival. Here we go. Make sure this can actually work. Ooh, you won't take it. So it will not take power if I'm not in survival. So I wonder, will it take like infinity? Maybe? I mean, I'm sure it would take mending. I'm just trying to see if like bow enchants will work. And it doesn't appear so. It looks like right now the only enchantments it can take are quick shot and multi-shot. If that doesn't change and it's not able to get power or something similar to power, this is going to be a completely useless item. That's something that will have to be changed if this item is going to be at all relevant. Let's try multi-shot. Okay. Fired 3. Does it always hit? It appears to. It appears to like seek out mobs. Or does it always fire in the same 3 spots? Like if I aim... Yeah, okay, so it always seems to fire out in the same general direction. Multi-shot's pretty cool. Fire 3 arrows at once? How many arrows does that use? Uses 1. So 3 arrows for the cost of 1. That's pretty nifty. I gotta admit, I like it. That's pretty cool. And then there's a whole bunch of slabs and stairs and all that kind of stuff. We've already kind of been over that. We've kind of already been over dyes, looms. I mean, there's so many things. We could spend a million years in here just looking over every little thing. But needless to say, I'm super, super excited for this. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun. This looks like it's going to be an amazing update with lots of new stuff for builders. So I'm very excited. But tell you what, let's jump over into the actual Kingdoms world so we can do a comment of the day, and then I think we'll wrap this one up. All right, guys, I am back. We are in the actual real Kingdoms world now. We're no longer in the snapshot. We are, however, in version 1.13.2, so we have updated to that. That came out recently. And we've got our comment of the day. So this one is from William Thaddeus, who asks, Wells, you mentioned that Nembon saved the Kingdoms world, but you didn't say what it was. You said you would go over it later, but that wasn't addressed because I forgot. It slipped my mind. Sorry about that. So basically, I want to say it was like during the snapshots for 1.13. It might have even been the pre-releases already. I built a Guardian farm, and I spent like probably 100 hours building this stupid Guardian farm. Because it took me a while to figure out how to do it, clearing out all the sand and stuff. Like it's a very intensive project. I spent like the better part of several days nonstop just working on this Guardian farm. And then I updated to a snapshot or a pre-release or whatever it was, and it completely broke all the farms. There was like a bug in that particular snapshot that essentially deleted like all structures, so the game would no longer recognize that they were structures, so the game like no longer realized that my Guardian farm was located within an ocean monument. It didn't realize that the ocean monument was there, and therefore no Guardians were spawning in this Guardian farm that I spent forever making. And that was obviously very frustrating, and there were some other like world corruption issues as well. And I was kind of at the point where I'm like, well, the world is corrupted, we've got new terrain generation coming, in the new version. If this cannot be fixed, and I couldn't fix it, like I tried to fix it myself and I couldn't figure out how to do it. And I basically got to the point where I was like, if this can't be fixed, then I'm just gonna basically scrap Kingdoms and start a new world, even though I don't want to do that. I needed a world that was like not bugged out. So Nembon, who has been very helpful to me over the course of Kingdoms from time to time. I can't remember if I got in touch with him or he got in touch with me, but either way, he basically ended up taking a copy of the world and he was able to fix it. And that's why I say that he saved Kingdoms. That's why Nembania is named after him, because basically if it weren't for him taking the world and fixing that issue, basically fixing the corruption in the world, odds are we would no longer have this Kingdoms world. I probably would have started a new one. Because I've said pretty much forever that I want this to be my single-player world. I want this world to be basically the only single-player world that I ever play on for the rest of my life. Or at least, like, as far as vanilla goes. But there are a couple circumstances where I would change that, and one of those would be a world that is so corrupted that it's like completely broken. That would be one of the few circumstances where I would start a new world. It'd basically be like that, or if Minecraft released an update that basically said, hey, if you want to play in the new version, you pretty much can't in an old world. Like, you have to start a new one. That would be the other situation where I would start a new one, but other than that, this is it. This is the one world forever and for always. So there you go. There's the answer to the question. That's why Nembon saved the world, and that's why Nembania is named after Nembon. So there you have it. Guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. I know it was a little bit of a weird one. Not really a traditional Kingdoms episode, but whatever, I'm having fun with it. I wanted to kind of play around with the snapshots a little bit and look at some of that kind of stuff. And I figured I wanted to do it in Kingdoms so that I could kind of take a peek how it would look in context with the rest of the world as far as, messing with some of the blocks and stuff like that. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.